With the entries now closed for the international races, the count is well and truly on for the second Sunday in December. And as a result, we celebrate on Wednesday night at Happy Valley with the Longines Cup. Very warm welcome to Racing to Win. I'm Andrew Lejeune. Good to have your company, as it is. Company of Paul Lally and Brett Davis. Brett, more on the international races in a second, but the meeting at Happy Valley, really good one. Lots of last start winners coming back.
There are, yeah. The last race, Starlight, obviously will be a very interesting runner. He's got to carry 10 pound more. It's a good quality event, but he's really taken everything before him so far in his last probably 4 starts, particularly his last 2. And as you say, Andrew, the Longines Cup, I saw them putting out all the signage. So Happy Valley is decorated beautifully as we prepare for International Day in December. Yep, and
no jackpots, unfortunately, Paul, but still plenty to play for.
Yeah, there is, and as you say, there's all these first starters. I think there's one Manful Star race, about 3 or 4 first starters in that particular race. Also, sort of last start winners, I should say, but also some first starters which interest. I think Speedy King will run well. He's a first starter. We'll keep an eye on him.
All right. I think he's the one that's on everyone's radar.
Yes, most certainly. And now on the radar, the big meeting in December. Well, hopefully, we will have news and be able to talk about the entries on Wednesday night itself.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see, as you said, on the weekend, who eventually does decide to come. But, yeah, there's a lot of big names there, and let's hope most of them can make their way to Sha Tin.
All right. Well, a lot of big names stepped out on Sunday at Sha Tin as far as the home brigade was concerned, trying to put a marker down for the international meeting themselves. Let's have a look at how they got on with Ed Sadler in our Racing Review.
The countdown continues towards the Longines Hong Kong International Races, and the star of the show on Sunday was Mr Stunning in the Group 2 Premier Bowl, delivering a stellar performance under his new rider, Nash Rawiller.
Mr Stunning hitting top gear, DB Pin, Amazing Kids with a burst late. Mr Stunning ran to the lead, Amazing Kids, Lucky Bubble now through on the inside. Mr Stunning has it though, he's clear and takes it.
He's an exceptional horse. First time I've been lucky enough to ride him in a race, but look, he put me in a beautiful spot and travelled sweetly, and you know, he's got an amazing turn of foot, and especially with that weight, I thought it was a great effort.
The focus then shifted to the Oriental Watch Sha Tin Trophy. John Moore looked well placed with 6 of the 13 runners in the race, and it was Beauty Generation who backed up his Celebration Cup victory with further group race success.
Beauty Generation winner's way. What a battle between the two. Booming Delight says, I'm on the scene. Booming Delight going at Beauty Generation. They hit it together. Beauty Generation wins again.
Got a gun gate, was taken on early, and plan B, dropped back and got outside the leader, and he's hit the line well. And as I said to the press earlier, we're setting him for the Invitation Mile, and his next run will be the trial mile.
Moore also confirmed that Derek Leung will retain the ride on the 5-year-old after the local rider celebrated his biggest win in the Group 2 event.
We jumped smart, the tempo was nice, so we sit second, and in the race everything suitable for my horse, so he went well.
The 2 group races showcase the existing stars of Hong Kong racing. However, the undercard produced 2 rising stars, as Nothing I Like More recorded his 5th straight win with ease.
Nothing I Like More. Have a look at him go. Oh, he's something special. Moreira sits up. He's still got 50 metres to run. Still undefeated. Nothing I Like More.
While Goldmount scored an impressive first-up victory underneath Zach Purton.
He went well today. He's able to save all the ground, but you know, he done it in good fashion. It was his first run for the season, so you would assume he's going to improve off that, and it's a good starting point.
After a big day on Sunday, the feature racing action returns to Sha Tin on the 5th of November for the running of the Group 3 Southstar Ladies Purse.
Great to see all the guys in the bow ties as well there. Where to start? Mr Stunning.
Terrific. I thought the run from Lucky Bubbles was sensational, but take nothing away from Mr Stunning. He was caught a touch deep there for a while. Lucky Bubbles, I think, will obviously come on. Amazing Kids also ran another blinding race. I think there doesn't really look to be a lot between sort of the top echelon in the sprinting. Interesting to note too, with the 2 races, in the sprint, those at the top of the weights, it didn't concern them, but when we got out to the mile, the lower weighted horses had their say.
Yeah, I didn't think with Beauty Generation it was a fluke.
No.
But I didn't expect him to do it again, but he did. He was absolutely trucking as they turned for home.
He was, wasn't he? A lot of horses weren't making ground on the day. He did sit in behind, but he had a perfect run and he won really well. He's definitely... It's interesting that John Moore said after... Very dapper John Moore. Said after the...
best turned out, I think.
Said after the race that he's going to stick him to the International Mile. Obviously, we haven't seen those entries yet. But it was a really good run from him, and it shows that he's a young horse coming through, which is good.
Absolutely. Had outstanding form in Australia behind 4 Group 1ers, Jamaica one of them. So they've got options. I mean, they're going the mile, but they could easily go elsewhere, change their minds.
Nothing I Like More got the biggest hit, but 109, and I think he's still going north. He's some animal.
He and Gold Mount, 108 and 109 respectively. They, outside of the 2 feature races, were the most exciting winners of the day. But, yeah, Nothing I Like More. Sky's the limit by the looks of it.
Yeah. Looks great, and it's great. It's exciting for Hong Kong racing that these younger horses are coming through to the fore. You know, that like your Beauty Generations, Nothing I Like More, your Gold Mounts coming through. It's really good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
4-year-old series for Nothing I Like More. So they were the big winners on the weekend. See if we can find you a few, though, under the radar with our horses to follow. All right, there's a number of first starters, Paul, on the weekend, and one you actually had high hopes for going into the race.
Yeah, I made him a long shot, and you can see he's quite well back here in this particular contest. Now, they weren't making ground from the back at all day, and you can see he sort of was second last turn again. He got a little bit of a check about now. You can just see trying to get through that gap, daring fit on the outside, just laying in a little bit. He was slightly inconvenienced, and then when he got into the clear, I thought he hit the line very strongly. It was a really good run from him, and Jenny said on the day that she thought he would improve with it as well. So, look, he just got beaten for third, but it was a really good run.
He looked a little bit overwhelmed too, Paul. He was sort of looking around like this in the last 300, so a lot to learn and still plenty more to come.
Country Australian coming to the big city.
Super happy. I thought he got third, actually. Circuit Hassler, I'm going with him. There were probably a few good runs in this race. I thought Top Laurels actually went quite OK, but look at Circuit Hassler there. He just can't get out. Beauty Way was backed for everything. They brought a truckload of money and he got the job done, but Circuit Hassler probably should have finished close. It would have been interesting had he have got a clear run whether or not he tested the winner. But he's a quality horse himself. We haven't seen a lot of him this season. No doubt we're going to see a lot more. He was a 4-time winner in New Zealand before coming, and there's races in him.
Well, there's a lot of money on Beauty Way. There's a lot of money on our first winner on the afternoon as well as Lucky Time. So good excuse to have a look at him, put down a marker for Horse of the Year, winning on the outside. But the horse we're looking at is Rookie Star, who makes his first start here, finishing in fourth. Now, outside of Lucky Time, that's him wide down the outside. Rookie Star's ran the second fastest closing sectional on debut. Got out of his ground, obviously a little bit quick for him, but stays on very strongly. The other horse, Kiwi Sunrise, wasn't bad actually in the green, just towards the outside there as well. But you can see him making up the ground now. Yeah, there's a couple of big gambles, and the Lucky Time was backed for everything. Beauty Way as well.
Yeah,
bought them both off.
Yeah, there was plenty of money around, no doubt.
7 into 275 for Lucky Time, and Beauty Way was...
I had him down at 22.
22 into, well, he started at
$3.60.
Favourite, yeah.
Extraordinary.
It's almost as much money as Paul's got.
I wish. Not after the weekend.
Well, speaking of Kiwi Sunrise,
sorry about that photo.
A couple of days for that, regardless, and Matthew Poon on Daring Fit, 2 days for him as well.
We should mention too, of course, there were a couple of suspensions from Melbourne on the weekend. Chad Schofield and Joe Moreira both suspended and both miss the next 2 meetings. 2 Happy Valley meetings too.
There you go. All right, one horse withdrawn from Wednesday night's programme, and that is in the final event. Very Rich Man not going round, so Back in Black gets a start now. He loves it at Happy Valley, and Douglas White will be the man in the saddle. Let's get things going then. 8 races on the turf, of course, C+3 for Wednesday night's programme. Kick things off with a Class 3 over the 2,200 metres. 7 go round here. Happy Baby as his first start at Happy Valley. Jolly Jean, our likely leader, ensuring his second start course and distance. He's won and placed his previous efforts. Karis Browser, course and distance first time. Gorgeous again. His one hit Chartin over the trip. Mighty Boy, again first time over the trip for him at Happy Valley, and Happy Contender. He goes up in trip himself.
Yeah, small but compact field, no doubt, for the 2,200 metre opener on Wednesday night. Good to slow. Jolly Jean. The one thing that is notable about him is that he's a front-running type. He actually couldn't lead last start, but he'll lead here. Gorgeous again, maybe gets the sit in behind. Shouldn't take too long to settle things into their order here.
Yep, there's 2 of the rivals here galloping together. Happy Baby on the inside, just cocking his head a little bit. Gorgeous again going nice and easy here, closest to us as well. Interesting that Zach Purden did ride Gorgeous again last time and is riding Happy Baby. Here is another look at Gorgeous again with a national order aboard. He's a very fit horse going into this race, and 2,200 metres holds absolutely no fears for him as well. So I just thought I'd highlight him.
All right, the two Danny Shum runners there. We'll start off, though, with Frankie Law's runner. Neil Callan will be on board, ensuring.
Neil, let's look at ensuring, please. You finished third on him last time. How are you expecting him to go in this race?
Yeah, he ran well. He's first run for Frankie, and as we know, Frankie's horses are going very strong at the moment. He finished off quite well the last day. I trialled him before that, and he was quite quiet in his trial, so I'd expect him to improve off this run a little bit more sharper. And you know, he's off a good rating, what he had to be in previous years. So hopefully, you know, with the way the race is set up, there's not many runners. It's going to be probably tactical, but I think he's pretty versatile. So we'll see how it goes.
He was rated 98 at one stage, now down into the 70s, 75. Is this his class? He's won 2 times in Class 3, but do you sense that a win could be coming?
Yeah, especially off his first run this season. He stayed on quite well, but hopefully that'll sharpen him up. Like, I mean, I think when he was rated in the 90s, he was placed in second in a Group 3. So we know he's more than capable with him coming back down to this sort of rating. So it's going to be a tricky race, small field, and as you know, Danny Shum likes to make his horses like to make manoeuvres down the back straight if the pace is not suitable. So we'll be aware of all that, and you know, the one good thing about this horse is he travels quite well, you know, wherever he is, and hopefully if there is a move, then he'll have enough cruising speed to be able to take advantage of that, whichever way the races goes.
He's our early favourite, but even with the 7 runners, very competitive.
It is, but I'm keen on him, Andrew. I was tipping him last season, thinking he could win a race, and he was very competitive, sort of just running sort of placings and so forth. But I liked his first up run. We know how well Frankie Law's going. This horse was trained by John Size and has now gone to Frankie Law. So has he really left the Size yard? Probably not. The way Frankie's going, I'm going to label him one of the hardest to beat on the night.
Yeah, he's definitely got a chance, there's no question. It's an interesting race. I think tactics is going to be huge in this race, as he said, right?
Yeah, Neil sounds like he's expecting some tactics.
Yeah, no, he'll be ready for it.
They're all pretty closely matched on that last start. Kairos Bowser off the all-weather here. He's caught the eye a couple of times. Back here on the turf, the hood goes on.
Yeah, hood goes on, back on. Olivier Deleuze will take the mount here from barrier number 7. Yeah, yet to win here in Hong Kong. He's had a couple of placings, but he's always showing he wants more ground. Yeah. I think it's a nice field, though. So in the end, I didn't find a place for him, but I have liked him in the past.
I've got him in the tips. I sort of looked at 3rd and 4th, but as Paul said, I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually really benefited by the step to 2200. So that's in his favour, I think.
Yeah, certainly think so as well. Happy Baby. We saw him there in track work, and well, he's a good horse on his day. Last couple of starts, he's been a long way.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
He is, and he's a horse that Zach Purton knows well. Yeah,
he does. Like, he trialled OK here in this particular race. His track work was just OK. I thought Gorgeous Again's track work was better than his, so you'd have to take him on trust a bit. But on his day, he has won some races quite impressively.
He hasn't been to the Valley before for a race. I just wonder whether the tightness of the track and potential sort of stop and start affair will be not to his liking. He's a horse, when you've seen him win, he's got into his rhythm and just kept up a long striding gallop. So just going to sit on the fence with him.
That was Consort who ran away with that trial, incidentally. But yeah, 7 of them here, Paul, so you've got to discard 3.
Yeah, it's very hard to, actually. I think they've all got good chances. I went with Jolly Jean, his 3rd run back, and last start he had sort of excuses. He didn't get to the front, but he sort of ran on and he got checked in the straight, so he'll be stripper fit horse for this, and I think if he's in front, he's out of all this trouble. Gorgeous Again, we saw that track work like that. Happy Contender loves Happy Valley. Just been beaten there a few times, and of course Ensuring will run a good race as well. So tricky one, 2, 5, 7 and 3.
It is a tricky one, long distance, small field, potential tactical battle. I just think Ensuring, his first up performance was terrific, and you go right back through his form and have a look what he's run in and against. Surely he can win this race. So him on top. I think Happy Contender might be the value down the bottom with the lightweight. Gorgeous Again's honest, and Kairos Bowser will appreciate the 2200. But I'll be going with my best early 3, 7, 5, 4, just the win on Ensuring, and hopefully off to a good start.